She's back. Hi there, guys. Yeah, it's been about, I think, a week since I've done a pour. So I'm jonesing pretty hard, dealing with car issues and stuff. So today, we're just going to pour. This first one, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I just mixed this up, and you might get a good look at this. It doesn't look like it's totally mixed, but it's mixed enough for me for this application because it's just pouring medium and acrylic ink for my black. I finally got a big batch of that mixed up, and I've been shaking this for about an hour, and it still shows like it's not mixed up, but on the inside, obviously it is, and it's good enough for me. So I've got this, oh, and again, my chroma paints that I love. Chroma Xanadu Gold I'm going to use, and this has got Floetrol in it. There's no silicone in this today. It's just Floetrol and acrylics. So we've got Floetrol and gold. This is a yellow that I mixed up that I wanted to look kind of peachy. And so I had added some of this kind of coppery pink to it. And when I was mixing it, the striations that were in it were gorgeous. So right before I put this in the pour cup, I'm going to add a little bit of this and do a slight mix. So it's kind of a dirty pour in a bigger dirty pour. We'll see how that works. This is the dark turquoise that I love. And then this is a metallic. It's a light blue metallic that I thought was pretty cool. And so this is the order that I'm going to pour them in. I've got my stuff going this way because I've got a good light source with this window over here. So this is the order that I'm going to pour them in. What I'm going to do is probably, if I do this the way I want to, I'm probably going to just lace like this, a little bit of black in between each of these colors and see what we come up with. It's an experiment. It's always an experiment. So let's pour this up and see what we get. And we're back. So it was interesting because as I was doing the dirty pour on this and I had it all ready to go, the camera decided it was full. So I had to run in the house, empty it, bring it back out. So hopefully, this was doing some cool mixing stuff in the beginning, but it's been sitting here for about 15 minutes, so we'll see how it works out. I stole this piece of wood, well, from myself, because people who've been in the studio know that this side over here is the paint side. That side over there behind the camera is my wood burning side, or pyrography side, where I do this. And I burn this all out, and then I use watercolors, and then I seal it. So this is a great piece of wood for that. This, not so much. When I was first starting out last summer with the burning thing, I just grabbed every scrap of wood I could get. And now that I'm getting better at it, I'm realizing that I don't really need these pieces of wood. These are plywood with raw edges. So I've lately been stealing from myself to do some pours. So let's do this one before we can't. I have no idea how this was going to turn out because, like I said, I layered the dirty pour, let it sit there once it was already poured. So I hope it does something cool. I got my feet on here. How do I want to do this one? Do I want it? Let's do a flip cup. All right, and the one, and the two. Oh, that's going to be a lot of paint for this, but I can see it coming up to here already. Just want to give it a little bang. Happy so far, but yeah, there's a lot of paint in this. Anybody who knows me knows I always overmix my paint, or put too much paint in, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Getting bubbles. There's stuff trying to come up from underneath, so let's torch it and see what we get. Whew. Cold paint on the wrist. I just got paint on my shirt. That's a normal day for me in the studio. actually overworking this, but at this point, with everything I've gone through with this pour, I'm just having fun at this point. We'll see what happens. Look at all that paint. Get some more blue down here. And one thing I don't know that I mentioned, but the kind of peachy color that I mixed, that I added a little bit of pink to peach it up a little bit, had a little gold in it too, so that's kind of bugging me. Just breaking up this piece a little bit. Oh, I don't mind that at all. Except I need new gloves now because I use so much paint so that I can torch. And after I wipe all the paint off my arm, body pour paint. If this doesn't do anything in the next couple of minutes, I can tell you it's going to be a pour over. I like the colors, but I'm not seeing the kind of drastic cell action that I was hoping for. Still a few coming through. Okay, add a few colors left. I didn't add any black to this though. There is black in here, although you can't see it. I was using it to hopefully separate the colors. Getting paint all over me again. So I'm going to add some of this and maybe see what we can get out of it. I am getting some neat cells, but nowhere near what I was hoping for. Ribbon O color. Gloves, gloves, gloves. Alright, let's move this baby. And rolling, rolling, rolling. I'm trying to do it so that you can see what I'm doing here. Just trying to give a little something something. It was a little flat for me. There we go, a little something there. Back a little. God. Yes, I am the over paint pourer. Okay, and I'm seeing a lot of bubbles coming up, so hopefully this will help. And because I'm pouring this on wood and not a canvas, trust me, if you've got your temperatures and your air movement right in the room, it'll dry a lot faster than a canvas will. And in my experience, with a lot of less issues. I mean, if you have a smaller canvas, they work great. But you get bigger than this, and it becomes a problem. Especially for me, because I use too much paint. Not totally sure if I'm in love with this piece. But I'll show it to you. I have a feeling I'm going to end up pouring something else over this later. Or maybe I'll do a dot painting on this. What do you think, Tasha? Alright, I'm going to come and get you so you can see it. Alrighty, there she is. Let's look a little closer and see what we can see. There is some neat cell action happening, but like I said, it's kind of blah. Not sure if I'm loving it. Of course, again, this will dry darker. I'm not really a pastel-y person, but if this dries darker, I'll be happy with it. Some neat cells in there. So we'll see. We'll take a look at it once it's dry. Back in a minute.